She is the owner of Soulgood Vegan Restaurant, Food Truck, and Catering. And yes, she caters to the stars when they come through town. Hey, Cynthia, good to see you.
Good morning, Jenny. Good to see you.
Okay, real quickly, tell me about how you guys started on this whole concept and plant-based in general.
I actually started for my children. I started to think about what they ate and where the food came from and whether or not they were healthy. And I essentially just started feeding them whole foods and healthier food options to try and help my son who had cystic fibrosis when he was born. And I was just trying to find a solution to make sure that they had a better quality of life long time ago.
And what did they think?
Well, my sons told me immediately, I'm not eating rabbit food, Mom. So I had to become very creative in the kitchen. I have two African American boys, and they were not going to eat salads every day.
I know it's like easier when you start when just immediately rather than doing a midway transition. But I know that you have some of these really beautiful recipes, and I'd like to get started on what you're going to prepare for us today. What are we making?
So we recently, my family and I traveled to Puerto Rico, and I had discovered a traditional dish in Puerto Rico called mofongo. I had never had this before, and they veganized it for me when we were at a restaurant there. So I brought that home with me. And so essentially it is vegetables with broccoli, purple cabbage, carrots, green cabbage, cauliflower, garlic. It's filled with all of these vegetables that you can probably find in your freezer that you bought 2 months ago and figured you were going to do something with it but haven't yet. Pull it out. You can use some of those ingredients now and make a delicious mofongo with green plantains, which is, or you can make it with sweet potatoes. So I just brought that recipe home and kind of made it my own.
That's wonderful. Okay, what goes into it if we want to try to finish it up? Tell us what the finished product would look like.
The finished product is this. So essentially, it's a mash. I don't know if you can see this. There we are. It's essentially a green banana mash, and some people went like, banana doesn't taste like that. Tastes like mashed potatoes, actually. And then we just did a vegetable stir fry with a lot of seasonings and onions and garlic, and just essentially made it my own. And I was able to add flavors from Puerto Rico that I discovered during the travels and from America, and just fuse something that turned out really, really delicious and healthy. That's the main point. Healthy foods that you can just grab out of your refrigerator and become creative like an artist.
Cynthia, you started this for your kiddos, but you ended up getting some really high profile attention. Talk about that.
I did. I have served for Billie Eilish, Michael Finley. I have served for Stella McCartney. Lots of people, especially celebrities, are now, for health reasons or animal rights and so forth, are turning towards the lifestyle of plant-based or vegan lifestyle. And I'm excited to be a part of that journey and to share the creativity and the recipes with many, many people.
I love what you did during the pandemic. My gosh, when business was hard for so many, you lifted others up. Talk about how you served our community during that time.
Well, I wasn't thinking about profit at that time. Everybody was in a place that was very scary, and I wanted to think about what could I do? How could I use the things that I had to make things better for people who were hurting? As you know, a lot of people have suffered tremendously economically and health-wise, and I thought, I have a food truck. I have people who I can partner with to take food into the community that need it the most. And I was able to serve people at South Oak Cliff High School in partnership with DISD, and in Fort Worth with the city of Fort Worth, and do a lot of good. I think we served over 2,400 families, and raised over $30,000 to provide free food in the community to the people.
Cynthia, your brand is so on point and so aligned with the person you seem to be. Thank you for sharing your love for healthy food with the rest of us. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Jenny. I appreciate you.
So here's the deal, you guys. They are actually having an event June 19th from 11 to 5. It's the Soulgood Block Party. I'll give you the address. It's 2231 Singleton Boulevard, Suite 102 in Dallas. Again, Soulgood, Trinity West. And if you kind of have questions, I know I do too, you want to kind of find them immediately, soulgood.com.